Hi guys, it's Connie here. Thanks so much for tuning into my channel. Welcome to my 29-week pregnancy vlog. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I just said 29 weeks. That is crazy. So I am officially in my third trimester. I don't know where the time has gone, but it has just flown by in this pregnancy. It's almost going too fast, like scarily fast. I mean, this baby's gonna be here in no time, even though I have like 10 more weeks to go, nearly or around 10 more weeks to go. So yeah, lots of changes physically and emotionally in the third trimester. I definitely sense a difference in those arenas, and just it's so different from the second and the first. I definitely feel like things are getting harder for me in the third trimester, especially physically. I've noticed that as you can tell, I'm experiencing a lot of shortness of breath, and a lot of times, like after I eat, I feel like super bloated, and I feel like I can't like breathe in like a full breath of air, and it tends to feel kind of claustrophobic and suffocating. So that's been something that I've been dealing with, and it's not fun, feeling like you can't, take in a full breath of air and stuff like that. And I do definitely sense my stomach just getting heavier and bigger, and I feel heavier overall in general. I've gained around roughly between 16 and 17 pounds. Like dresses that I wore in my first and second trimester were sort of loose, and now they definitely feel snug and tight. I noticed that my legs are bigger, my hips and butt are bigger. I've just filled out more in my body, and I definitely feel it, just that extra weight, carrying around that extra weight. It's really, really tough. It's tough to walk, and yeah, you just feel heavier overall. I realize I haven't talked about where baby is at. So baby is at around the size of a pineapple, and the baby is developing more fat and working on that, and he's going to do that throughout infancy. So the other thing is he's getting more crowded in my uterus. So definitely the kicks are feeling different as well, because he is getting more crowded. The kicks don't feel the same. They're just a little bit different. Also, last week in my when I was 28 weeks pregnant, for the first time, I felt my baby hiccuping inside of the womb. At first, I thought they were kicks, but then they weren't like random. I felt like a pulsating, rhythmic kind of sensation that was really steady for about a minute or two is how long they would last normally. And he's done that at least 3 or 4 times, is like hiccup. So I had to look that up, because I was like, wait, those don't feel like kicks. And so when I looked it up, like in the, those forums that moms, read and stuff, a lot of moms were saying that the same thing, that the hiccups are different, and it's more like a steady pulsating sensation. So I've definitely noticed that. I've also been experiencing leg cramps like really bad during the night. I figured out a way how to avoid like going into a full like Charlie horse, like where you're just like dying and you're holding your leg. So I can almost like feel the cramp coming on. A lot of times when I'm changing positions while sleeping, I like point my toe in a certain way. I could feel leg cramp coming on. So once I feel it coming on, I will flex my foot. Like let's say this is my toe, I'll flex it like that and just hold it there, and it won't turn into a full blown cramp. So yeah, that's something that I'm experiencing. I noticed that my hands tend to get numb in the middle of the night. It's happened so many times the last few weeks, where I would be sleeping and then I'll move or change positions and I'll feel like one of my hands or both of my hands are just totally like numb and tingly, and I have to like kind of like, you know, sit there or lie there and just kind of rub it out a little bit. I also notice my sinuses are acting up. I'm not sure if that's the weather changing or what, but I definitely like have more of a runny nose and, you know, sinus issues and stuff like that. So that's another thing. Still experiencing the incontinence. I also noticed that my belly button is virtually unrecognizable. My belly button is usually, I'm an innie, like a major innie, so my belly button looked like just like a big black hole. But then now that I'm pregnant and my stomach is expanding, you know, it's looking almost like an outie, like I barely have a belly button. It's just weird. It's definitely morphing into a belly button that is not mine, that I don't recognize at all. So in terms of cravings, I really love Mexican food. So like black beans, rice, and like some steak or, you know, carne asada or whatever. I love Mexican food right now. And I also developed a obsession with cantaloupe, which is so weird because before I was pregnant, I never ever bought cantaloupes. I never went out of my way. I just don't even remember the last time I had cantaloupe, but the last few weeks I've probably had 3 cantaloupes and I've just been gorging on those. The last thing I wanted to share with you guys is this doesn't happen all the time on my channel, but once in a while you'll get a comment like, you know, you shouldn't be complaining about anything. You shouldn't be complaining that you have to take the 3-hour glucose test because you're pregnant and you're lucky enough to say that you even have a glucose test that you need to take. So just be thankful and remember that you're pregnant and you should be thankful. Like, okay, so I just wanted to address that because, and it doesn't happen all the time, but you know, of course you get comments like that, but I just want to explain something. I'm documenting my journey, my pregnancy journey, and that means like pretty much everything. Like that day, I was really upset. I was bummed that I failed the glucose test, that, you know, that I have the 3-hour glucose test that's looming over me that my doctor wants me to take and I don't want to do it. And, you know, it's something it bothered me, and I just wanted to express that on my channel because this is me like documenting my pregnancy journey and I want to be as honest as possible. And just because I complained about that or I was sad about that or upset about that, it doesn't mean that I'm not grateful to be pregnant. And I know the person that made the comment, like she probably didn't mean to like offend me, but I felt like I just didn't really appreciate it because she doesn't know my heart. She doesn't know that every single day I pray to God and I thank God for the blessing that He's given me in my life, that I have this miracle growing inside of me. So, you know, as I go through this journey, I don't want to just talk about all the good stuff, you know. I want to remember everything, even the bad stuff, even that horrendous things that might happen. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I want to document that, you know, so, and I will document it, but I just don't appreciate those comments because it's like, just because I said something like slightly on the negative side where I was like upset about something, you know, it doesn't mean that I'm not grateful to be pregnant. Okay. So I just wanted to make that clear because yeah, that's just a totally wrong impression. And yeah, I'm just documenting my journey and I just want to be as honest as possible. So anywho, thanks so much for listening to this video and for following my pregnancy journey, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks, bye.